I got rep room. Just finished out of rep room. Got a signed Taylor photo. She said happy birthday to me because it's my birthday in like 2 days. Oh, everything is such a blur. I love her so much. So it is November 7, which is the day after the Brisbane show, and in case you don't follow my social media, I got rep room, which is literally so insane to me, but I'm super thankful and grateful. So what happened was I arrived at the venue with my friends and got to my gate. I was by myself. I bought my ticket by myself. So Broods was the first opening act besides Charli XCX. So myself, Chloe and Lucy, we were standing in this open area behind Club Meredith, and we were kind of just jamming along to the songs and just having a really great time. Not really caring that we look like idiots because, you know, it was fun because it was my last show out of the 3 that I attended, and I just wanted to have like a really good time. So after Charli XCX, everyone in my section sat down, and then I think it was Babe started playing first, so I was just dancing and singing along. Like I was like full on going at it, and then Obsessed was playing, and then Bad Reputation was playing, and I was just full on going on at it. The lights went down, and then Taylor came on, and it was during I did something bad where I came over to where I was sitting, and I swear she looked at me like I'm not joking, like I felt that she was staring at me, but I didn't think anything of it at the time. You know, I was just having a good time. I tried not to film like as much just because I wanted to be as much in the moment as I could. And so it wasn't until King of My Heart, which is my favorite song besides Getaway Car, there was this lady who like walked in the row in front. The people sitting at the front seat were a barrier, and you know, I thought nothing of it. I just thought it was one of like another fan just wanted to get back to their seat. But then the person stopped in front of me and she was like, I like your dress. I was like, oh thanks. And then she was like, how many people are in your group? I was just like, oh. And then I was like, myself. Then she was like, do you want to meet her? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god! Give me a shot! Yep, so this is the wristband that said Reputation, Meet and Greet, the greets behind, you know, the sticky bit. And my rep room pass. See? There's Brisbane. I don't know if all the other ones have a little star, but she also sang Starlight as the secret song, which, you know, clever, clever, clever. Rep room. After the show, I went to my section, and they basically briefed us on what was happening, that we weren't allowed to take anything in. We were only allowed to bring ourselves, and then we had to fill out details on this like iPad and everything. But they're very thorough. Like if you didn't have the pass, if you didn't have the wristband, like they check it so many times to make sure you are where you're meant to be. And then after that, we head on down to the rep room. After the elevator, you leave your bags and stuff like to the side because you're not allowed to bring anything in. And then you walk through the gates of heaven, and there it is. And there was like Polaroid cameras and the delicate dress and the look what you made me do black outfit with the fur on the sides. They had brownies, which were amazing, and then you had cookies, and then there was pizza, and then water, and then drinks, and then there was like couches, and posters on the sides, they had the Look What You Made Me Do throne as well, like the legit one, like the proper one, the one that they use in the music video. And we kind of just, you know, went around and mingled and took photos. And then after a while they were like, okay everyone, line up in your groups in like this like formation, like on the side. And then Taylor and her mum walk in, and I'm just like, because she is so pretty and so tall. And then she's like, hey guys, I'm gonna be over here. If there's any like little ones, like little kids in the line, please move them first because they have school the next day. And I just thought that was very like considerate of her. So we're all kind of like waiting in line, waiting for our turn. And before you go in, you meet Andrea first. And so I kind of went up to her, I gave her the biggest hug, and I was just like, thank you for raising Taylor to be this strong and independent woman. And then she was like, oh thank you, that's like very nice of you to say. And then I was just like, she's so thoughtful, like whatever comes her way with like her responses, she's very thoughtful and very I don't know. She was like, oh thanks, she gets her mannerisms from her grandma, which is Andrea's mum, is what she was referring to. She also said that Taylor was a perfect mix of both her and Scott, but her mannerisms and everything were from her grandma, which I thought was very nice, like little conversation that I had with her. And then so I got a photo with her as well, like a Polaroid. And then it was time to meet Taylor. Now, for those of you who don't know, I was picked for the secret sessions and I couldn't go. When I walked in, she had this like knowing look on her face, like I felt like she knew who I was. Like it didn't matter if she knew my name or not, it's the fact that she was there, she was right there in front of me. And I was like, hi, I'm Kim, and I gave her like the biggest hug. And then I was kind of also just like, geez, you're like really tall. And then she kind of was like, yeah, I am, because I am probably, my height is like up to her shoulder, like she is so tall. And plus I think she was also wearing heeled boots. Now I noticed she was wearing like this really nice pink crop, which turns out to, I think it's actually going to be like future merch, which I really want to get. So I was kind of just talking to her, I was just like, thank you for the past 11 years. And she was like, oh thank you. And then I was like, I've traveled for you, I've been to the Melbourne show, I've been to the Sydney show. And then when I went to the Sydney show, I had a few days off. And then I told her I went up to Swords, which is like a wax figure museum. And I literally went just like to see Taylor's wax figure. And she was like, oh, thank you so much. And then I gave her another hug. And then I was like, can you follow me on Tumblr? She hasn't followed as of yet. And then I kind of explained my user to her. I was like, Fearless, because Fearless is legit my favorite song besides Enchanted as well. I was like, Fearless dash Wonderland, and I was like, is that a dash? And she was like, yeah it is. And I was like, that's like a really stupid thing to say, like, because I got confused if it was like that or that, but like on my user it's that. Anyway, she was like, Fearless dash Wonderland, okay, got it. And then I gave her one last hug and I said I love you. She was like, I love you too. And I was like, oh my god. And then I got my card with my ID to get my photo. I love this shirt so much, it's cool. But yeah, that is my Rec Room story. As far as this vlog goes, that's it. She said she saw me dancing and I'm like, really? She goes, yeah. And I was like, oh, I swear you looked at me but I wasn't sure. And she's like, yeah, I saw you. And I'm just like, oh my god.